We are gathered on the traditional lands of Serpent River and Mississauga people and acknowledge their stewardship of this land throughout the ages. May we live with respect on this land and live in peace and friendship with its people.
Thank you, Creator, for this beautiful day. Thank you, Grandfather, for shining down on us today, that we will look upon everyone and talk to everyone in a good way. Thank you, Mother Earth, for giving us life, for nourishing us, for the water, all the animals, and the air we breathe. I'm grateful that we're gathered here together to help us have open minds to understand each other and open hearts to be kind. Miigwech, miigwech, miigwech.
Merci beaucoup à tout le monde pour être ici. Ça me fait plaisir d'être parmi vous. I bring greetings on behalf of Michael Mantha as well. You know, there's always lots to do, and so we try to share our time in between a lot of the events. I was here today, and I was really impressed with what happened here today and the amount of people that were sharing their talent, their perspective, their knowledge, and their wares. Today was quite magical that I was so impressed with the amount of people that were here and people who were thirsty for that knowledge as well. And so on that note, I want to thank all the organizers for all that they have done to ensure that this beautiful day happened and for the efforts in making sure that it wasn't just come and see us, it was be part of the community, be part of helping the community by bringing something for the food bank. And you know, this is how we work in circles, because that is how we can make our communities better. Alors, merci tout le monde pour tout ce que vous faites. C'est très impressionnant que vous pouvez partager votre talent, votre savoir et tout ce que vous savez comment faire avec les gens. Fait que on a tous un rôle à jouer et je vous remercie pour votre participation aujourd'hui.
The Elna's board is very honored to assist Celia and her group with in-kind contributions. And on behalf of the board of Elna's, I'd like to congratulate Celia and her team of Moretta, who have been night and day for months, and all the other volunteers.
This was a great idea, and as a participant, I can tell you that I really enjoyed the experience, but I have to relate something to you. It was a little bit nerve-wracking. You know, you're brought into a room, you sit on a chair with a camera facing you, you put on the microphone, the lights are turned on, you know, like sound check and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, you spot that they put a box of Kleenex within hands raised. Okay, well, I guess there's something coming. Many people said that they had always thought of like writing their memoirs, but they were really thrilled to see that there was this opportunity to leave memories with a smile also. Some said that this exercise actually motivated them to start sitting down and writing their memoirs. It also allowed some participants to say things that might have been, for whatever reason, a little bit hard to say face-to-face to their families. Some have said that have offered the explanation that they immigrated very young to Canada and didn't have the opportunity to get to know their families and their stories. And they were determined to leave their families, their grandchildren, with some memories. So they were really happy to participate in this exercise. For myself, I have two aunts in their 80s who love to tell us stories about our family. And this chance that I had to have all these memories given to me made me jump at the chance to leave some memories to my children and grandchildren. The bottom line is that all of us felt that it was a great way to leave memories, and what a gift for future generations to discover this little treasure. Quelle belle façon de laisser nos souvenirs pour les futures générations. Et quel beau petit trésor pour les générations futures à découvrir. Ceci fut un exercice touchant et profond, et tous les participants ont exprimé leur appréciation à la fin de leur session. This was a very touching and deeply meaningful exercise. And from all participants, a big thank you, I say, to Diversity Canada also and the team here. Thank you.
It's one thing to have the idea or the notion. It's another thing to gather those people who can put it into effect and bring it about and make it happen. And this lady certainly went out of her way to gather a fine group of volunteers and people who could pitch in and help out. And there are a variety of ways in which Celia was responsible and in which she was working behind the scenes on behalf of Diversity Canada. So to express her appreciation and remarks and perhaps shed some experiences or some insights that she has learned from the exercise, please welcome Celia Sanka.
This is the culmination of 12 months of work and 12 months of sharing you with us and we, the members of the Diversity Canada team, our time with you. It's been a wonderful experience getting to know each and every one of you. Being part of, and I've often mentioned this to my team, what I thought of as an almost sacred moment where we gathered together in that room and we were spending that moment to preserve precious memories to share for generations to come. We don't know how far into the future this will go. Maybe the year 2095, someone is going to turn on a computer and see what we shared in that tiny room in Elmas in 2019 and 2020. I want to thank you at the start. We'll speak a little bit more later on. I want to thank you for having been part of the Elliot Senior Memories Project. And I think most of all, you are the ones who deserve a round of applause. So we can start with a round of applause for you. Thank you so much. This project could not have happened without the support and the coming together of a great number of people. The government provided, the federal government provided the base for base support for the project, and there are key people, key organizations in the community that have made this possible. Of course, I must mention, first of all, the city of Elliot Lake. The city has been a tremendous partner in this, and various individuals and the city as a whole. I can remember going into the office of the two Dans. That's the CAO, Dan Gagnon, and of course Mayor Dan Machisala, on different occasions when this was just a concept. And they were kind enough and generous enough with their time to sit with me and go through the project, and they were very supportive of the idea because the city wants to make this as far as possible an age-friendly community so that seniors have activities that keep them involved, very much active in the community, that their life experiences are respected and acknowledged, and the Elliot Lake Seniors Memories Project was very much in line with that. So we had the support of the city from the very beginning, and that has carried through right up to today, in that we've had this beautiful facility that we could have our senior showcase earlier, where many of you were participants, that we could display the talents, the musical and the artistic talents, and that was through the generosity and the kind support of the City of Elliot Lake. Thank you so much, and we look forward to many years of cooperation with the city to achieve those common objectives. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
For many, many years, ELNOS has been a supporter of the Diversity Canada Foundation. We even had an office there. I can't say enough to thank ELNOS. It's been truly the backbone of what we've done, and with ELNOS's support, we have been able, over the years, to provide many jobs. On this particular project, ELNOS's support enabled us to get federal dollars to provide 4 jobs over the course of this project, some full-time, some part-time. So we are deeply appreciative of ELNOS's support. Thank you very much for the support for ELNOS. In addition to the city and ELNOS, we have community partners that I would like to quickly mention. Shoppers Drug Mart, Tim Hortons, and tonight they have been particularly supportive, and we really appreciate them. I think we can give them a round of applause. Shoppers Drug Mart. Other community members, just to name a few: Northern Lights Bottling Center, Kathy's Brouhaha, and Melanie's Liquidation. So many community partners have made what we have done possible, and we're deeply grateful. The youth have been a great part of this Seniors Memories Project, and that was key because for Diversity Canada, intergenerational activity, interaction is key, it's important, and many youth have been a part of the project. To name a few, today many of you would have been interacting and having the help or helping the 696 Air Cadet Squadron from Blind River. We were quite happy to have their participation. We also had some students, among them Chloe Hamlin, who many of you spoke with on the phone as she organized some of the early interviews. We also had Kieran Freitag, who is a university student. He did some of our early interviews. And we also had Megan Sampson, the lovely young lady who is volunteering tonight. Thank you very much for all of you participating. It's so key. We also have a very special young gentleman. He's not here this afternoon, but he's key to the project. His name is Christopher Elliot, and I was so very proud of him when he stood up before council and addressed council and spoke about how privileged he feels to be the editor. He's our editor on this project, and he has, as a young person, he appreciates hearing the stories, your stories, about Elliot Lake and learning so much. And that's what's so important about this project, that you have a treasure from all your experiences. And by sharing your stories, you pass that on to this current generation and generations that none of us will even know. So it's been beautiful that you've been part of this. Seniors have been key to the project, and seniors have been volunteers on the project. Participants, but volunteers, and that was so important because I remember one time in a previous Diversity Canada project, one of our seniors said, "I don't want people to do things for me. I want you to do things with me. And that's what we try to do in the project. And there are a few people here tonight that we want to say a deep, heartfelt thank you to for giving so much of their time and their wisdom and their effort and their energy to make this program, this project a success. Definitely. You know, sometimes it sounds like a cliche, this could not have happened without you, but that is the truth, and that's my deep and heartfelt sentiment. This project could not have happened without the seniors who volunteered on the project. I would like to say a huge and heartfelt thank you to our Master of Ceremonies, Jim Graham, for taking us through the morning session with the showcase. He had entertainment for all of the morning, and he did our interviews when we had a preview of the showcase, and he is our Master of Ceremonies here this afternoon. We're deeply grateful. This precious lady has been a tireless worker on the Elliot Lake Seniors Memories Project. I'm so deeply grateful for all of her support. You all know her. You've all spoken with her. She has spoken with every single participant and has been involved in every single aspect of the project. My final thank you, and they say last but not least, is to you. Thank you so much for sharing that part of your life with us, for having the, as Francine said, having the courage to probably step out of your comfort zone, to try something new, to come and meet these people you just heard about. It was beautiful to share the moments with you. I learned so much personally. You know, I've always believed that each person has a book in them. Each person has something precious out of your experience in life to share. I feel deeply appreciative and deeply privileged to have been able to be a recipient of the wisdom, the knowledge gained from the School of Hard Knocks. Thank you so much for letting me be part of it, for letting Diversity Canada be part of your journey of life, and you're sharing that journey with your generations to come. You rock. Thank you so much. And I'll turn it over to the Master of Ceremonies. Let's hear a round of applause.
Assis au bord des flots, un jeu triste assis au bord des flots, aucun fugitif, il adressa ses mots, aucun fugitif, il adressa ses mots. Si tu vois mon pays malheureux, si tu vois mon pays malheureux, attire mes amis, que je me souviens d'eux, attire mes amis, je me souviens que quand je suis fait là-bas, vous avez disparu. Quand je suis fait là-bas, vous
I invite you to stand and join with me in the singing of our national anthem. O Canada, our home and native land, ning na kim nang, ke chi pi ten dak wak, kam to was e porte le pe.